Hey there, welcome back to Featherwood Farm. This is Darcy. I'm in the cottage garden in the raised bed area and just kind of doing some things in the garden. I haven't really been out here in over a week. It's starting to rain. Okay. Pause. I was thinking maybe we can wait it out in the greenhouse. Maybe it'll just be a couple minutes because rain wasn't in the forecast. Sounds like it's letting up. Okay, so we'll try that again. Yeah, it lasted, 45 seconds. Anyway, I have not been out here really working in any part of the gardens, kind of in any capacity, in over a week. We're in that heat dome that the East and parts of the Midwest are experiencing, and it's just been temperatures of 90 degrees daily and not cooling down at night, and just intense humidity. So right now it's very humid, but it's only like 70, which is kind of the coolest it's been in several mornings. And it's very overcast, so I'm hoping that I can get some stuff done, just little things. I want to get those ranunculus and anemone corms pulled out. I still haven't done that yet. I have a few things that need to be kind of moved around, staked. I've got some lavender that I need to plant. I haven't put my perimeter fence up around to keep my chickens out of this area. Just little things, just little kind of odds and ends that I'm hoping won't take too long and I can get done in here. But first, we are going to wake up the seramas. Okay, actually, this is a piece of wire that I did take off of my strawberry patch over here. But this is that fencing that I'm referring to. I had one roll on hand. This is what I use to protect other beds. But I'm going to just staple it across the cottage fence area on both sides, keep the chickens out of here, hoping it'll work as a temporary solution until I get the real fence completed. Good morning, babies. So that is Peanut. He is a serama. This is Lenore, and that's Dinky. They are not seramas, but Peanut recruited them to his flock, and they liked him, and they never left. And then sleeping up at the top are Candace and Buns. They are seramas. Actually, we're gonna help Candace down. You're on camera. Don't embarrass yourself. And then these are the babies who are still transitioning. I don't want them sleeping with the big girls just yet. This is Rosie. She's actually a frizzle. Oh my gosh, it's raining again. You gotta be kidding me. Go underneath there. Seek shelter. Oh, come here. Brownie. She's a really pretty chocolate. And this is Sesame. This is actually Buns' baby, so Sesame Buns, haha. And Peach. So it's an absolute first for me that I've ever hatched out all females, and I was in denial for quite some time, but they are 10 weeks old today. They're all girls. I have no roosters. I hatched out 4 girls. I actually have a kind of pattern of hatching out like 70% roosters and 30% hens in the past, and I've hatched probably half the chickens that we have. So, that's not fun. So I had so many roosters at one point. But this is exciting. All girls. I'm very happy. Peanut is very happy that his flock has gotten a little bit bigger. But yeah, they're really, really stinking cute. So these are the Ariadne. I got these wholesale. They are like a really special, I think they're an Italian ranunculus, quite a special ranunculus. And they were the absolute most beautiful flowers. I mean, they do still have, they have like this kind of opalescent sheen to them and really long lasting, like a lot of ranunculus, or most ranunculus. They fade out to kind of a whiter, softer pink color. They start more vibrant. Yeah, they were just all around wonderful. They did get powdery mildew, but considering ranunculus don't like very warm temperatures, they lasted really a long time because we have had nothing but heat. They're over here. You know, we've had a very warm spring and they performed really well. It wasn't until kind of this week that they, you know, said, no, we're done. we can no longer produce blooms. You cannot save the corms to these. Sure. They are a patented variety. They are quite expensive comparatively to, you know, like a telecote, however you pronounce it, or like picotees. And I want to say that I will get them again in the future, but I'm not sure, kind of for that reason. I didn't really have an opportunity to sell them in the stand very much, so I don't really have, you know, the ability to say like that they sold well, unfortunately. So we'll just have to see. Might just be something that I grow for myself because they were absolutely lovely. Okay, and I unearthed some ants there. You never belonged here. And then in this bed, I am going to put my watermelons. I started Oh So Sweet and Crisscross. I think I'll put the Oh So Sweet in here. They are the smaller variety. Just a couple of plants, and then they'll be able to, you know, kind of vine out. Should be a decent amount of space for them. Possibly I can train them to go this way rather than this way, but I doubt it. And when I first put these in, I did say that, you know, I wanted to compare how they would grow in the raised bed versus in the crates, and it was just hands down so much better in the raised beds. So I'm not even going to bother in the crates in the future. There's Dinky, our cleanup crew. You can see the Monte Gusto beans are starting to climb, a couple foot tall now. I really need to get in here and lay the wood chips through all these paths, pull out weeds, get the wood chips laid, sheet mulch in the areas that are still grass and then lay the wood chips. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just been far too warm to even think about something like that. I could save these anemone corns. These are not patented, but I actually already have a bunch still that I did not start this year, so they should be fine. I have them in storage, and I'll just use those. Oh, there's just a walnut tree that's snuck in there. Okay, so this bed is all cleared out. This is a sedum that I propagated last year, thought that I had lost, but there she is, and she looks beautiful. So I need to get that moved out and over into the courtyard with the rest of them. Okay, and the peas have been doing beautifully. The carrots look wonderful and ready to harvest. This variety is Adelaide. They're one that are good for early season and for baby carrots as well. Ours will not be baby. For the most part, I stayed on top of weeding through here. I did accidentally yank one of the peas out by the root when weeding, so I've been extra careful around them. But it didn't get too bad in with the carrots. However, I have had a number of tomatoes popping up. This is where I grew my tomatoes last year. And I've been pulling them, and then I thought that I was staying on top of them. I thought I was staying on top of pulling the weeds and especially keeping an eye on the tomato seedlings, and then I found this guy. Like, how did I miss that and let that get so big? No idea. And so now I'm debating, like, do I keep it there and just let that be a tomato plant or not? Kind of leaning towards keep it there. Oh yeah, beautiful little carrot. I'm debating in my head right now if I'm going to leave some of these that look a little bit smaller or just harvest them all right now. And you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and harvest everything and give this bed a refresh. Last year from our fall carrot harvest, or late summer, early fall, I can't remember how much we harvested, but I mean, it lasted us until, I believe, April of this year. I used the last bit of them, and I stored them in the fridge, in the crisper drawer, and in containers, and they held up insanely well. I was very happy about that. These ones I'm not going to store like that. These ones are going to get used up pretty quickly. And some I'll put at the farm stand And also the goats love carrots, so they'll get a few. Okay, I gotta go grab another bowl and some snips and we'll start harvesting some of these peas. So these peas are a shelling variety that I chose because they have been developed to prevent or to be more resistant to root rot, which every year that I have ever grown peas, I have had that or some other fungal issue that basically just causes the plant to yellow and die from the roots up, and it always impacts the harvest. I barely ever have anything, but they look lovely and they taste yummy. Not all are ready, so I'll have a couple of waves of harvest, which will be nice. So, I mean, you can tell these are almost like snap pea shape and size. These are plumped up a bit, and then you want them even plumper than that. And you can actually see through them, you know, and see the individual peas inside the pod, letting you know that they're ready. A couple of spots kind of tangled around themselves, so I just cut those out. So the peas are like a pre-harvest harvest, but I'll be having those for dinner tonight. Okay, so these are the mums that I got staked, and I used this green Velcro tape to fairly loosely attach them to the stakes. Just as they grow, I will continue to do that to encourage this upright growth, because I've noticed that these do, although they have very strong stems, seem to have the tendency to kind of flop and want to like grow on their side. But yeah, so this will be something that I'll have to keep up with as they get larger. Now over here, these two I have not staked because we're going to relocate them to over here. You know, this area did have mums in it. They perished actually. Oh my goodness. Here's one right here, hanging on. Would you look at that? Right, so we'll move that one too, but we'll put those all kind of in this row here. And then this half of the bed, I think I'm going to grow some cress. I have a few different varieties of cress. Either that or maybe some wheat. And I did have tags in here. I foolishly just used the little wooden popsicle stick ones that I had. Those are gone. Those are long gone. And I hadn't wrote in my notes, also foolishly, what I had where. So we'll just have to wait until everything starts blooming to see which varieties are which. If I recall, everything that I ordered was pretty distinct. Oh, tulip bulb and a rock. Now, because we've been having such crazy temperatures, I'll really have to keep an eye on these, make sure that they recover nicely. But because it is of the cooler day and we are kind of coming out of that heat wave, and it rained a lot yesterday, it's going to rain again more later today, I'm not very concerned. I think that they will be fine. Okay, so this is that bed that was filled with lavender. I had one plant that survived the chicken catastrophe that came through and destroyed them all. I've purchased 4 more to replace them. These are Hidcote, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, lavenders. They get 12 to 18 inches tall, 18 inches spacing. So we'll have one in kind of each corner and one in the center here. And while it was a bummer that the chickens destroyed my lavender, I had grown, I believe, all of those, or at least most, from seed. So not, not a financial hit, just really missing out on the show that is kind of going on in the bed next to me. And, I could do a better job of keeping them out of things I don't want to. Well, honestly, I thought that I would have my little fence done, my wood fence, my picket fence, but all the things keep happening to hinder forward momentum on that. But not the worst thing that could happen. But I will be sure to obviously keep them out this time around because I don't want to have to replace them twice in 1 year. And the raised beds are perfect spots for lavender. They really like free draining soil, and I have tried growing them directly in the ground here in my yard, but yeah, as I had suspected, it was a massive failure. My soil is way too wet throughout the winter, and they just drown and rot. These probably aren't perfectly spaced, but that's okay. So this is what we currently have, and this is what it could be. So next year, this will just be wonderful, and the impact that it will create kind of with the greenhouse as a backdrop is just spot on. It's exactly what I was hoping for. So I was able to do a few things that I really needed to get done. Another thing is weeding kind of the rest of the beds, getting some more things planted. I need to get some carrots, some more lettuces started. I want to get cresses in, my watermelons, actually. These are my oh so sweet watermelons that we will put kind of right here. So they're gonna have this whole bed because they will need all of that space. And I think planting them on this kind of frontmost bed will be good because the vines can go over here and they'll have plenty of space. This is what I need to get mowed down and then sheet mulch with cardboard and wood chips. I have a whole bunch of cardboard saved up. I look like a crazy person. But yeah, I need to get that kind of all going, and all through here and all on this side and then in between some of the paths. So as soon as the weather starts cooperating a bit more, I will do that. But here are our mums that we got in. Look lovely in uniform, and they look a lot better not lying on the ground. This bed all cleared out. I need to remove that sedum, no problem. Here's that one big seedling tomato plant that I might keep here. I'll see how it does once I've, harvested all these peas and cut those back, make sure it doesn't get damaged. And so it might just stay here. Carrots gone, turnips are gone. Beets have not been harvested yet. They're still a little small. My new assistants, diligent workers. Hi, Rosie. Hi. You working in the garden? The lilies are starting to color up. Oh, first one opening, so I will come through and harvest those very soon, as well as these. One thing I do have to do, I think in my tour video I might have shared that, my pepper plants took a hit, and actually since then I have lost a few more to the rabbits. So I've been using these nursery pots to cover them at night, but now the plants are a little bit too big for that. I need something else. So I only have one, I only have one lunch box remaining. The goddess are all there. This one did get broken, but it's still growing. I'm gonna yank that. I'm not gonna try to salvage that. All of my 8 spells are gone, and I have no replacements for those. I didn't have any extra seedlings, unfortunately. And 2 sailfish remain. So I can't recall quite offhand what I have as far as seedlings, but I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know that I have, I think, 7, and I'll just stick them in. But these are the goddess. These are a sweet banana. Got a couple more over there. I grew no hot peppers this year. They did not sell very well. I don't personally like hot things. So I was not gonna waste my time. Oh, now we have a chicken shenanigans. Dinky's over there shouting. And then if we come around over here, I've been harvesting some of these mini romaine heads as they're ready and as I need them. We've got tomatoes starting, and I need to come through and put larger labels in here. These are strawberry fields. Let's see who else has fruit for us. Right here. Let me find the tag. Oh, this is a speckled Roman. So this is a Roma style tomato, and they, like it sounds, have a speckled peel color. And over here, what have we here? This is Tyron, which I believe is another type of Roma tomato. We make a lot of pasta sauces, so those will always get used. And there, Harvest Moon. And Harvest Moon is a multicolor flesh tomato, a slicer variety, if I'm recalling correctly. And all of these seeds come from Johnny's and Seed Savers Exchange. But looking really good. These 6 looking excellent. These 2 that I got in much later than everybody else look sickly and horrible. Well, the old growth. The new growth is coming on and is looking much better, but I think they just need a bit more time. These ones got quite the jump start on them. But that's kind of it for the update in the cottage garden. Feels really good to actually have gotten some work done. It's been a while and things are, you know, really needing it, getting a little out of control. But it is already almost unbearably hot right now. So I am going to wrap it up and head inside. But thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you in the next video.